The movie begins with Quan Ngoc Min, who used to be a special forces soldier in the Vietnam War, but now he lives a quiet life running a Chinese restaurant in London. One day, he does his usual fatherly duty by picking up his daughter, Fan, from school. She is very excited because she has a school dance coming up and wants to introduce her boyfriend to her father when he comes to collect her for the event. She asks Quan to drive quickly so they can reach a specific department store to buy her dress before her size sells out. When they arrive, the store is crowded. Fan decides to go inside first, while her father looks for a parking spot. Sadly, this turns out to be the last time he will ever see her alive. Just as Quan finds a place to park, another car suddenly speeds in and crashes into him. Both drivers get out, ready to argue, but before Quan can even say anything, a bomb goes off. After the explosion, a reporter named Ian Wood from Metro receives a phone call from a stranger. The caller tells him to listen carefully and says that a group called the Authentic IRA has set off a bomb at the OBT Bank in Knightsbridge. The caller gives a code word, Phoenix, and warns that British banks will keep being targeted as long as Britain supports what they call the illegal occupation of Northern Ireland. Ian quickly reports this to his manager, Simpson, who orders the team to find out who this Authentic IRA group is. Simpson then sends Ian to cover the scene of the bombing. At the site, the situation is heartbreaking. We see Quan sitting in a corner, crying while holding his daughter Fan, who did not survive. Meanwhile, two men named McCormick and Pat Nugent watch the news about the attack. Another man, Patrick O'Reilly, joins them. So far, 12 bodies have been confirmed, and many more people are injured. These men are the ones responsible for the bombing, and they show no regret for what they have done. The scene then shifts to Belfast. While London is in chaos, Deputy Minister Liam Hennessy is spending time with his mistress, Sarah McKay, unaware of the events unfolding. When he finally looks at his phone, he sees many missed messages from his wife, Mary, about the bombing in London, which leaves him shocked. He gets another call from her and gives a weak excuse for where he has been. Mary knows he did not come home the night before, but he makes up another excuse. She reminds him that it is the 20th anniversary of her brother's death, and he promises to have his assistant add it to his calendar before hanging up. The next day, Quan is in Fan's room, looking at her belongings with a deep sadness in his heart. Around the same time, Liam arrives for a council meeting. Catherine Davies, a cabinet minister for the British government, calls him. She wants him to act quickly regarding the bombing, and he assures her he will do his best. But he also uses the situation to ask for something in return. He mentions that they have managed to keep things under control for 19 years, but now some people are pushing for a return to old ways. What Liam really wants is royal pardons, especially for his cousin, who is on an IRA list. After some discussion, Kate agrees to consider it, but she insists that Liam first give her something concrete to show for his efforts. He agrees to do so. At the council meeting, Liam orders a full inspection of all weapons storage sites. He points out that the bombers used old code words, which means they have a connection to someone within their command. He warns that there could even be a traitor in the room. He wants every storage site checked, and if anything is missing, they must trace it back to whoever knew where it was kept. Quan goes to the Counter-Terrorism Command in London. He has been coming every day for 5 days, asking to see Commander Richard Bromley. Bromley finally agrees to meet with him and assures him that they are doing everything possible to find those responsible. Quan wants the names of the bombers and even offers his life savings of £20,000 to get them. When Bromley refuses, Quan asks for the name of anyone connected to the IRA, but Bromley says no again. Instead, he warns Quan that these are dangerous people and that trying to contact them would likely end very badly for him. We then learn more about Quan's past. He has lived in the country since 1984. Before coming to London, he worked in Saigon after the war, then escaped to Singapore. He had 2 daughters before Fan, but both were killed during his escape. His wife later passed away while giving birth to Fan. This man has truly lost everyone he ever loved. 3 weeks pass, and the government still has no leads on the bombing. Quan, meanwhile, has not stopped doing his own digging. One day, his attention is caught by an interview playing on television. It features Liam Hennessy, and Quan learns that Liam used to be a member of the IRA. Later, when Liam arrives at his office, his assistant Beth tells him about a call from Quan. It seems Quan has been waiting on the line for 30 minutes. Liam has no choice but to take the call. Quan gets straight to the point, but Liam gives him the same response as everyone else. He tells Quan he has no connection to the bombers or anyone who might know them. Quan does not believe him, pointing out that Liam is a politician with ambitions. But Liam says he works for the government and elected officials, not for terrorists. He ends the call, leaving Quan feeling completely defeated. Quan loses all hope in the system. With his mind made up, he burns a picture of his late wife and 2 daughters, along with a newspaper clipping about how his daughters were murdered. His friend Lam Kei, who works at his restaurant, comes upstairs after closing for the night and grows worried by his behavior. She tries to tell him that what happened was not his fault, but Quan feels certain he has failed his family. He hands her an envelope and tells her the restaurant is now hers. Kei refuses to accept this. She walks over to his wardrobe and starts pulling out clothes, offering to stay the night and then take him to see someone on Monday. But when she turns around, she realizes she is talking to herself. Quan is no longer in the room, and she hears the engine of his minivan as he drives away. Quan goes home to pack a few things. He breaks his old SIM card and smashes his phone. He wraps the new one in aluminum foil before leaving the house. Kei catches up to him just as he gets into his minivan, but he gives her one last look and drives off. Kwon will not rest until he finds answers. The next morning, Kwon arrives in Belfast and rents a room at a small hotel. He then visits Liam's office. When he introduces himself to Beth, she immediately recognizes his name as the person who has been calling repeatedly. She tells him to leave, but Kwon says he is willing to wait until Liam agrees to see him. Security gets involved and takes the bag Kwon is carrying to search it. They find only groceries, but they also notice a Swiss Army knife. They start to push him toward the door, ready to send him away. Just then, Liam comes out of his office and stops them, telling them to let Kwon in. Inside the office, Kwon repeats his request, but Liam gives him the same answer. Liam assures him that he has not been affiliated with the IRA for 30 years and that his job now is to support peace from both sides. Kwon presses him, but Liam holds his ground. Kwon then becomes very serious and simply says, "You will change your mind." As Kwon turns to leave, Liam tries to shake his hand, but Kwon ignores him and walks out. Kwon's first stop is the restroom, where he quickly makes a timed bomb using the groceries and other items from his bag. He then leaves the building. The bomb explodes, shocking Liam and everyone around him. After the blast, the bomb squad inspects the restroom. The inspector tells Liam it was just a warning bomb and urges him to call if anyone comes to mind. Once the inspector leaves, Kwon calls Liam. Liam immediately realizes Kwon was behind the explosion. He becomes very angry and starts threatening him, but Kwon hangs up when Liam refuses to give him the names. Back in his hotel room, Kwon starts working on his next bomb. Later, one of Liam's men, Billy, finds a bomb placed on a car. It is Kwon's work, and there is a small piece of paper attached with the word names written on it. Liam is now deeply worried, but his security officer, Jim Kavanaugh, tells him it was only another warning. He explains that Kwon is showing he can get to Liam whenever he wants. Kavanaugh then gets a call and learns that Kwon has been located at a hotel. Liam quickly orders his men to drag Kwon out of Belfast and make sure he does not return. Liam's men arrive at the hotel, and the receptionist directs them to Kwon's room. But Kwon hears them coming just in time and blocks the door. As the men break in, he escapes through a latch and starts tearing through the thatched roof to get away. The men catch up to him, and a brutal fight breaks out. Kwon falls, but he manages to hold on and climbs through a window into another room. More trouble waits for him there. The men corner him on the stairs, but he slips past them and finally gets away, leaving Kavanaugh frustrated. Back at home, Liam is furious that they let Kwon escape. Mary hears him shouting and tries to step in, but Liam snaps at her. In their marriage, Liam is the one in charge, and Mary has learned to go along with whatever he says. He tells her to pack her things for the farmhouse because it is no longer safe at home. Liam's nephew, Sean Morrison, arrives. As Mary walks up the stairs, she stops and looks at him. There seems to be some secret between them. Sean then goes to see his uncle, who welcomes him. Liam wants Sean to meet with Police Captain Bromley. He wants Sean to convince Bromley that the bombings are not their doing and that they are working hard to solve the problem, but they need his help. Sean asks why he was chosen for this. Liam explains that Sean is a decorated ranger in the Royal Irish Regiment, and Bromley will respect him as much as he can respect any of them. The next morning, Kwon follows Liam to a restaurant where Liam is secretly meeting his mistress, Sarah. After a kiss, she excuses herself to the restroom. Liam gets a message on his phone. It is a clear picture of him kissing Sarah, and he knows it is from Kwon because of the writing attached. Meanwhile, Sean meets with Bromley at the Royal Naval College. He passes along Liam's message about their plan. They will give different codes to each member of their group. When the bombers claim credit for the next attack, Bromley can tell them which code was used. That way, they will know who gave the orders and find out who is causing the trouble. But Bromley has one condition. He wants Liam to tell him directly when they find the bombers so that the British police can handle the arrest. Bromley says this is not up for discussion. Liam and his men arrive at the farmhouse. Kavanaugh feels sure Liam will be safe there, but Liam has his doubts. He is right to be worried because Kwon tracks him down quickly. Kwon sets up camouflage for his van and covers its tracks. After watching carefully, he sneaks into the building and places another homemade bomb, setting the timer. He takes out 2 guards, tying them up, and then waits safely in the woods for the bomb to go off. When it explodes, it causes total chaos and blows out one side of the house. Kwon's message is clear. Liam realizes he has seriously underestimated Kwon and tells Kavanaugh to bring in more men from Belfast. The next morning, Liam tells Christy Murphy, his head of security, that he will fly to London with Mary. Mary will stay in his London apartment, and Murphy will provide security there. Mary says she can handle herself, but Liam refuses to listen. Before Mary can say anything more, an explosion goes off. It is another one of Kwon's bombs. Liam and his team go to check it out. This time, the bomb was planted in a car, and one of their men is hurt. Kavanaugh knows Kwon is hiding in the woods, so he drives in with the other men to find him. It becomes a game of cat and mouse. Some of Liam's men fall into traps that Kwon has set. Kwon pressures them for the names, but gets shot in the shoulder by Kavanaugh. Even so, he still manages to escape. Later, Liam is furious. They have been outsmarted by an older Chinese man. Kavanaugh tells him he will bring in a tracker, someone who knows the woods well, to beat Kwon at his own game. In London, Mary is already at the hotel as planned when she gets a visitor. It turns out to be Sean, Liam's nephew. Mary and Sean are having an affair, and they are physically involved with each other. Just as they are about to be intimate, a call from Liam interrupts them. Sean takes the call, and Liam tells him about the worsening situation with Quan. From what Liam explains, Sean realizes that Quan has special forces training and agrees to help track him down. After the call ends, Sean tells Mary that Liam has a lot on his plate. Mary says that if Liam does not find the bombers, the peace agreement and his political career will be finished. Sean is confident that Liam will find them this time, and he reveals the plan involving the code word. Mary then starts to influence Sean, saying that she feels the council needs someone stronger, like him, because Liam is afraid to use his power. She admits that she has never forgiven Liam for what happened to her brother, Patrick. Apparently, Liam found the men who murdered Patrick. Mary wanted them killed before they could go to court, but Liam refused because he believed the time for revenge was over. Now those men are in jail, going through rehabilitation, and the thought of it fills Mary with anger. She feels Patrick never got justice, and she cries bitterly in Sean's arms. Meanwhile, Quan is still hiding in the woods, thinking deeply and sadly about his family. He heats up a knife to seal his gunshot wound, but he collapses from the pain and starts having flashbacks. He remembers his escape from Vietnam to Singapore when he and his family were attacked by Thai pirates. He tried to fight, but there were too many of them. The pirates took his daughters along with other young girls, likely to assault them and then kill them. Quan and his wife were thrown overboard, forced to watch helplessly as their children were taken away. That same night, Liam receives Quan's file from Catherine and learns all about his past. Liam now realizes he is not dealing with an ordinary man, but a highly trained former Special Forces operative. Hugh McGrath, a head enforcer for the council, visits Liam. He is upset because Liam sent people to check his weapons dump. Liam has been checking everyone's dumps, and they discovered that 10 kilograms of explosives are missing from McGrath's storage. McGrath says he wants Liam to take the lead and points out that the bombing has given the IRA real momentum. He wants Liam to calm things down within their ranks. It is revealed that the original plan was only to hit a few financial targets with an agreement that no one would get hurt, and McGrath had given his word. Now things have gone too far because many people were killed in the London bombing. McGrath tells Liam that he does not know who carried out the attack, but if something goes wrong, it could be traced back to them. Liam admits he needed the bombing to bring their people together, but McGrath calls him out on the real reason, which was to strengthen his position in the upcoming election and cover up his weakness within the ranks. McGrath says he wants the old Liam back, but Liam feels those days are long gone. He orders McGrath to fix this disaster and threatens him. McGrath leaves. Later, Liam finds his dog unconscious and knows something is wrong. He opens his drawer to get his gun, but only finds the empty case. As expected, Quan has secretly entered his home. Quan points the gun at Liam and tells him to sit down. He shows Liam the bomb he is wearing and warns that he will press the button to take everyone down, including himself, if necessary. He demands names, but Liam truly does not know them yet. Quan is desperate for answers and pushes Liam further. Liam stops him and explains everything he knows. His explanation is enough to convince Quan for the time being. Quan leaves, warning Liam that he has one day to get him the names. The next day, another attack is carried out by the IRA. This time, a double-decker bus is bombed. It is revealed that Sarah, Liam's mistress, is actually working with the bombers. Sean arrives at the farmhouse as planned, ready to start tracking Quan. Afterwards, Liam gets a call from Bromley. The bombers called again, just like the first time, but this time they did not give a code word. Liam is confused by this. Bromley tells him that the call came from a man with an Irish accent. He declares that there will be no more cooperation with Liam or Sean. It seems Liam has been outsmarted. Someone in his own team is working against him. Catherine calls Liam, and she is furious about the second bombing. She tells him that the Prime Minister will consider the pardons, but only if Liam hands over the bombers immediately. There are already plans to send paratroopers back to the streets of Belfast within 48 hours, and that would likely start a war. Just then, Murphy comes in with his report from watching Mary. Liam learns about Sean's visit and how Mary used the hotel phone in the lobby to contact McGrath. Liam is shocked to find out that Sean is having an affair with Mary. It turns out his own wife, Mary, is the person leaking information. Meanwhile, Patrick and his group are setting up a bomb. There is a security conference in Rome the next day, and all the top politicians and security officials will be flying there. Their plan is simple. They want to put the bomb on the aircraft carrying them. At the command center, Bromley has identified Patrick as one of the bombers, and he gives a briefing to the Prime Minister. McGrath and Sarah are also suspected. Afterwards, Liam gets a call from Bromley, who tells him about McGrath. This does not surprise Liam, given what he has already learned. Bromley also tells him about Patrick, but Liam says he does not know him. He also claims he does not know where McGrath is. But Bromley surprises him by saying that McGrath's phone GPS shows he is 52 meters south of Liam's location. Bromley tells Liam that he is watching McGrath drive toward his farm. An airborne team is set to land at Liam's farm in 30 minutes to take McGrath into custody. If that happens, Liam's career will be over because of his connection to McGrath. Bromley tells Liam that if he wants to save himself, he must get the names and locations of the bombers from McGrath. Soon after, McGrath arrives with his men. Liam tells Kavanagh to send the men to help Sean in the woods. Inside the house, Liam attacks McGrath, who is not expecting it, and points a gun at his head. He angrily confronts him about the bombing and orders him to write down the names and locations of the bombers. McGrath refuses, so Liam shoots him in the foot. McGrath does not need to be told again, and Liam is shocked when he sees Sarah's name on the list. McGrath reveals that her real name is something else and that she works for him. As his final question, Liam asks about Mary. McGrath pretends not to know, but Liam hits him, and McGrath confesses. It turns out Mary has always hated Liam because of what happened to her brother, and she went to McGrath for help in exchange for helping him. After hearing this, Liam shoots McGrath in the head. Afterward, Liam calls Bromley and tells him he has the names. Meanwhile, Sarah is manipulating Ian. It is not just an affair. She has a hidden reason for being with him. Ian is set to attend the conference in Rome, and Sarah plans to hide a bomb inside his laptop. When Ian goes to clean up, Sarah quickly works on the laptop, placing the battery that contains the bomb and setting it up. In the woods, Sean gets a call from Liam, who tells him about McGrath. Liam sends the bombers' names and locations to Sean in case he needs them. He also tells Sean that Patrick is the one responsible for Kwan's daughter. Before ending the call, Liam says, "Either way, Sean, you end this now." Soon after, Kwan comes out of hiding and attacks Sean. A brutal fight breaks out between them. Kwan gets the upper hand, but does not kill him. Later that night, Sean decides he wants to give Kwan the names. He tells Kwan the passcode to his phone, where the names and locations have been sent. When Kwan learns that Sean was also in the Special Forces and that most of his family has passed away, he lets him go. Sean returns to the house and tells Liam what happened with Kwan, but Liam is not interested in that. Instead, he brings up how Sean was caught in Mary's room. Sean starts to apologize, but Liam cuts him off. He only wants to know what Sean discussed with Mary. Liam learns that Mary manipulated Sean into revealing the code change, and he realizes that she passed that information to McGrath, who then gave it to the bombers. Liam picks up his gun and orders Sean to wait for one more job. He tells Sean that after that job is done, he will go to New York and never come back. The next morning, Bromley has his team quietly surround the hideout where the bombers are staying, but Kwan manages to slip past them without being noticed. Meanwhile, at the airport, Ian's belongings go through scanning. As expected, the bomb hidden in his laptop is not detected. The bombers start getting ready to move, but they stop when they hear the doorbell at their flat. It is Kwan with the landlady. He has disguised himself as a plumber, there to fix a gas leak in the building. Since he needs to check all the units, the men have no choice but to let him in. Kwan is able to identify Patrick by the burn mark on his hand. The men tell him to put his bag on the table so they can search it, and he agrees. They pour everything out, and when they find a machine gun, Kwan suddenly attacks. He grabs the gun and starts shooting while the men take cover. The operatives outside also stop and wait for further instructions. After an intense shootout, Kwan takes down the men one by one. Sarah is hit in the shoulder. The last one left is Patrick, and the two get into a brutal fight. Kwan gets the upper hand and chokes him with all his strength, killing him. The operatives raid the apartment, but Kwan escapes before they can see him. They find that Sarah is the only one still alive and start questioning her. She refuses to talk, so the men torture her. When they bring out a device for electric torture, she finally tells them everything. Bromley is informed about the flight and the bomb inside Ian's laptop, which is set to go off at 3 in the afternoon. At the airport, Ian is working on his laptop and learns that the flight has been delayed. Just then, police officers rush in looking for him, but he does not hear them because he is wearing headphones. When he finally takes them off and realizes they are calling his name, he speaks up. There is no time to explain. An officer grabs his laptop and starts running as fast as he can, telling people to get out of the way. Right as he throws the laptop, it explodes. Thankfully, no one is hurt because the jet bridge is empty. Bromley receives word that a Chinese man was the one who took down the bombers. He is told that the bomb has been stopped. When he says there should be no loose ends, his men kill Sarah on the spot. After that, Bromley sends a team to search for Kwan, but Kwan is already leaving on a bus. Later, Liam gets a call from Catherine. She tells him what happened. She mentions his connection to Sarah and how it has been traced back to him. But she has spoken to the Prime Minister, who has agreed to let Liam stay in his position for now. She will also issue the pardons he asked for. Then Catherine tells Liam that his political career is over and that he will face a state-level inquiry. There is really no way out for him now. Later, Mary hears the doorbell ring and goes to answer it. Sean points his gun at her and fires a silent shot, killing her instantly. When Liam gets home, Kwan is already there, hiding. Kwan shows him the picture of him kissing Sarah. He believes Liam knew about Sarah's involvement and planned everything. But Liam pleads with Kwan, saying he never meant to hurt Kwan's daughter or any of those people. Kwan does not listen. He makes Liam upload the picture to the internet. Now the whole world will know that Liam was involved. Kwan says goodbye and leaves. In London, Kwan returns to his restaurant. Key is relieved to see him. Bromley gets an alert that Kwan is back, but he decides not to take any further action. He simply tells his man to watch and report back. Key walks up to Kwan, holds his face gently, and hugs him. She embraces him with relief, and Kwan hugs her back, finally leaving the past behind. And that is where the story ends. If you liked this video, please press the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.